California, stay away from here. Stay away from here now. Don't come in here. Whatever you hear, stay away. John Doe has the upper hand.
What's in the box?
Greetings, everyone. Steve, Paracord of Kindness. How you doing today? Hopefully your wedding's been happy. Well, what I have for you today is another edition of What's in the Box? What's in the box, man? I didn't get that much this week, but I'll just show you what I got. I did order something maybe this applies, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. I got this. I'll show it to you. I got this one. Where's it at? Oh, here it is, right here. I got this off of Amazon. Color Theory for Dummies. Now, I took basic art class in high school and, primary, secondary, tertiary color, complementary colors, all that kind of stuff. But I never actually delved any further into it. And I figured, this would be something that might come in useful. Matching colors and things like that. And I am an avid reader, so, I'll probably gobble this up in a couple of days, a week or so. But, just something, something that may help. Nothing else, it'll be interesting. It's got some chapters in here about the history of colors and how would you call it? Let's see. History of color. That's chapter 2. The science of color, the language of color, color dynamics. But I just thought it would be an interesting read. It's the nerd in me. But I just figured I'd show that. Okay, but I did get a package. What's in the box? Now, there's not much in here. Obviously, we can see where this is from. So, but when I order from them, I try to, get my money's worth when it comes to the shipping, because they have to ship it way from across the pond over there in Europe to here in the United States. But I'll go ahead and open this up. We'll see. And it's not really much, but Merry Christmas. Got an invoice. Move this out of the way. Like I said, it's not that much. Now let me get this out of the way. I'll shoot it off to the side and I'll bring over what I got. This right here is called foliage green. And I do a lot of work in grayscale, meaning black and various shades of gray. Now, I know this was labeled as foliage green. I know that's kind of hard to see, lighting and all that. But in the pictures, it looked more like a gray color, which that's what it is. If you ask me, it looks like a gray color. It looks very similar to one I have called blackish gray. And yes, that's the name of the color. I'm not describing the color. That's the way they have it labeled. But I figured I would get this just to see and whether it had a green tint or a gray. I'll use them. I do a lot of stuff with. Here's one I made this morning. I don't know what you would call this. It's a trilobite modified, and then I just kind of come back and did some stitching. And this is like stealth olive, and then it's got olive and black shockwave, and then olive drab stitching. You see, and I figured if it ended up being like a dark green, I could use it in these green palette bracelets I make, or if it's a gray, I can use it, that way too. But it looks like a gray to me. Now, if I take it over there with my other cords and compare it, It might appear to have some green in it, but just looking at it right here, I don't see any green. It looks all gray to me, which, no big deal, no big deal. I'll use it. There's that one. Then I got this one. Somebody posted this. What is this? Black with acid purple diamonds. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting. It looks blue on camera almost, but it's purple. And to be honest, I didn't even know they made this color, but I seen somebody make a bracelet with this, and I was like, ooh, interesting. Well, I was ordering stuff from, the Europe place, Paracord EU. I'll just throw it out there. And I thought, well, if they've got it, I'll just get it from them. That way, instead of having to order from one place here and someplace other way here, and that way you accrue all kind of shipping charges when you order from multiple places. I just said, I'll order it all from there. And they had it, so I got, like 30 meters? Basically, it equates to about 100 yards. Or 100 feet, a little over 100 feet. Then I got this one. I'll show you this. Let me see, where's it at? I was going to make... Let's see, I've got this one, but it's not quite the same. Here, I'll show you this. Notice this bracelet. This is a modified jawbone, and I've come back and done some stitching. It's got a yellow stitch in the middle, and then an orange one down the side. Well, I've done this same bracelet in this color scheme with this shockwave, in the middle here. And I've done one that was like a blue, and I've done one in these exact colors or whatever. And I was wanting to make one kind of like this, but I saw that they had this shockwave pattern in black and gold. And I ordered it from them a couple of weeks ago, and I went on there to order, and Paracord EU was the only place I could find. I mean, I literally scoured the earth, or the internet, however you want to look at that, to see if I could find this cord anywhere. Gold and black shockwave. And nobody has it. Nobody had it that I could find. Now, some of these websites you'll go to, and they'll have it on their website, but it'll be sold out. No, I couldn't even find it that way. The only place that had it on their website and or available was Paracord EU. And it said limited stock. Well, come to find out, they had 5 meters, which is about 15 feet. So I ordered that 5 meters, right? And I was like, well, I'll just save it, and I'll use it, make a bracelet or whatever, and hopefully they'll get some more back in stock or whatever. A week or two later, I just happened to go back on their website, and bam, they've got it back in stock. So, yeah, it looks like it's about coming unrolled here. But I ordered it. It's black and gold shockwave. And I'm really liking this shockwave pattern. I've just started using it and including it in, my inventory, but I'm really liking it because let's see if I can explain this concept. Let's see. Here, I can probably show you a little bit better. I don't know. Hopefully you'll I can explain this in a way that it will make sense. Okay, like let's take, for instance, this right here. This is the lava. This is the same stuff that's been used in this bracelet. Okay, if you look at the pattern on this cord, from the center of this black to the center of this black, and then that's one, like, repetition of the pattern. And then that pattern repeats itself down the cord. Okay, so let's look at this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If we go basically from the center of that one black to the center of the black next to it, it's about 3/4 of an inch, right? So, the pattern repeats itself approximately every 3/4 of an inch. So if you do a bracelet like this, well, there's not actually 3/4 of an inch of the cord showing. The pattern itself gets lost. And it just looks like chaos. It looks busy. Does that make sense? Okay, now, with that said, what are some multicolored pattern cords that the pattern is less than that 3/4 of an inch. Therefore, the pattern repeats itself on a smaller distance. Shockwave. Or like a solid cord with the diamonds. Hence, black with the purple diamonds. The pattern repeats itself in a very small space. That way, when you go to do something like this, you get more, that accent color, you get more of a uniform look in the accent color, as opposed to the chaotic look like this. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, this looks great, it does, but in certain instances where you got a small space of the accent color going to be seen, it tends to be more aesthetically pleasing to the eye when the pattern doesn't get lost in there. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. That's the word I'm trying to explain. And a lot of these multicolored cords, urban camo, it's the same way. There's about 3/4 of an inch between the repeat of the pattern. And you go to weave a bracelet and it just it looks great like this, but when it weaves back over and around itself, what you end up having is a very chaotic looking bracelet. And the weave, the craftsmanship gets lost by the busyness of the pattern on the cord. And I tend to not like that. All right, here's one I made the other day for myself. This is black. The cord itself is black, and it's got imperial red spiraled spots, right? But the pattern repeats itself. It's not the diamond pattern. It's very similar, but it's not the diamond pattern. Excuse me. But the pattern repeats itself in a very small space, right? But the cord's called Vampire, actually. And then this side right here, if you can see it, I know it's kind of hard to see right here on the side, is here in the States it's called Firefighter. It's got vertical stripes. The cord right here in the crack, in the groove. It's here it is right here in my swatch box. I'll see if I can show you this way. It's got black and imperial red vertical stripes running the length of the cord, right? So I tend to try to make the pattern, use the pattern in a bracelet or a weave where it's going to accentuate the pattern on the cord. Does that make sense? See, in something like this, it's kind of chaotic and busy looking, but it doesn't make for an overall, the weave of the bracelet gets lost because of the pattern. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to explain that in a way. I know, it's just, that's the way my brain works, right? But, here's a funny story. Like I said, I ordered this shockwave. I like these shockwaves. And I've been ordering some of these different ones. I got the neat black and neon green. I got the black and the gold. I got the black and the olive here. I got one that's midnight blue and baby blue. I got black and imperial red, that's one of my personal favorites. But I've been ordering some of these, to include in my inventory. Okay, well, that's the cordage I got right there. Okay, then I ordered a couple of buckles and things. These right here are silicone buckles. Well, they're like tactical buckles, but instead of being painted, they have a silicone coating to them. And you can get these in colors. And this is maroon. And I got here, I'll show you one that I've used before. Uh-oh. See, it's kind of a maroon color. Now, that's a 20 millimeter buckle, which is, 3/4 of an inch. And for those who know, I love this olive drab, maroon, and gold. See, I use that shockwave cord in this one. But I love these colors together. And, that was the only one of these maroon buckles I had. So I ordered a couple more. I ordered about 3 more of these. I don't often, make, you know, well, it just depends. But I ordered a couple of these, right? Okay, then I noticed when I was looking that they were almost out. He said that it was the last ones they had in stock. This is a basic 15mm black tactical buckle, like one of these buckles right here, if you could see this. You know, the ones I've always used, people always ask me about them, blah, blah, blah. I get them for Paracord EU. But, their website said they only had so many left. I got every one of them. Got every one of them. And I already had a couple, but I just don't want to run out of these things because I use these. These are the ones once I started using these, I don't like using plastic buckles. Plastic buckles, these just add a touch of class. I'll put it that way. I speak positive about these. I won't speak negative about the plastic ones. I just like these buckles for me, right? Okay, there's that. Now, here, where's my... Let me put the lid on my swatch thing so I don't spill these things everywhere. Get it out of the way. Okay, now this, I've been wanting to get me some better fids. Okay. There should be one more in here somewhere. I'll have to dig in this box. They just kind of threw them loose all like in the box. One, two, three, 4, 5. Yeah, there's supposed to be one more. But this is, what is this? It's a type 3 fid. Brass fid. And it's got a blunted end on it. The ones I've been using are like stainless steel, I think. And the point on them is a little, it's actually got a point on it. Now, when I first get them, I take them with some fine grit sandpaper and sand it down. Get any burrs that might be on it off. And then I'll kind of try to soften the tip up. That way it doesn't poke the cord as easily when you're trying to stitch with it. And I've been wanting to get me some better quality ones. I've been using these, you know, ones that you can get off of Amazon or whatever for fairly cheap. But I've been wanting to get me some brass ones that have a blunted tip, and I did. I ordered 6 of them, but there's only 5 here. Like I say, it may have fell out of the box in shipping, which you would think they would put it in instead of just loose in the box, which appears to be what they did. Yeah, it looks like it got lost somewhere, which is kind of messed up. You would think that they wouldn't put these just loose in the box. You think they would at least put them in a bag. Now, here was a bag inside the box, but there's nothing in it. You know, you think, put the things in the bag, that way the bag's bigger than the hole in the corners of the box. Oh well, but I ordered 6 of them, apparently I only got 5, which, you know, no big deal. That's part of doing business. Things get, you know, it happens. But I ordered one of these. These are top 3, and then I ordered one that's a top 1. And I like them. I like these type 1s because if you look at my hand, there's a callus. That's where when I use it. I put it through. I use that part of my hand to push it through. And I like the long ones. I've ordered a couple of different ones from a couple of different places. Amazon, some of the paracording sites. And I always get them and they're short. And I don't like the short ones. And plus, they're not blunted. And I've seen these on there and they had them. It's blunted and it actually tells you how long it is. I think it said 90 millimeters, which equates to, hang on and I'll show you. Yeah, it's right at 90 millimeters. Yep, both of them, the type 1 and the type 3. And that equates to, what is that? 3 5/8 inches. I'll hold it up here so you can see it. That's the type 1 and the type 3, both of them. But you can see It's right at 3 5/8 inches, 90 millimeters. But yeah, I've been wanting to get me some of these, so most likely I'll have to either. It may have fallen out on the ground. I'll go look and see. But I'll deal with it, no problem. But yep, that's what I got this week. Nothing big, nothing major or anything like that. I'll probably put in another order, maybe at the end of this week. Not necessarily from this company, but there's some stuff I might need to restock on, and I don't know. I have to sit down. I usually sit down one day and do an inventory and, figure out what I want. And all that, get an order together. Get an order ready and get it together. And then, at the end of the week, I usually put it in. That way I'll get it midweek next week. But there you go. That's what I got so far. Or that's what I got today. But I'll end this one like I end them all. Keep it neat. Keep it clean, and keep it tight. Happy weeding, folks.